What is up? It is another episode of Dynasty Pylon here on Wednesday. How are you guys doing? How are we? Are we surviving? Are your teams surviving? Or are you still in? I hope so. If not, well, join the club because we're already looking into the draft process. Why it's Dynasty? If you play Dynasty, you probably already gave up week 10, or you probably already started week looking at where your draft picks are at. If not, football time. It's hey, what is up, Rasta? But what is good? What is good? So Brian is on his way. He had his dad's retirement party, so he's on his way here. So he's gonna be a little bit late. And Mark, apparently lost his voice. Which kind of like I don't know. He said he doesn't have his voice. Either he has sore throat or something like that. I'm not too sure, but he said he might make it and push through to it, but I mean, honestly, if you can't make it, you can't make it, dude. So it's all good. But we have a Gridiron episode today. We're gonna do some rookies. We're gonna do some wide receivers today. We're talking about Odunze and Keane Coleman. So they're pretty good. I like them. I know everyone's all hyped about Marvin Harrison, blah blah blah. Yeah, he's the best receiver that came out, future generation, blah blah blah. We know. Okay, but nobody knows beyond that. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. We're gonna be talking about them. But as of now, holy crap. I can't explain what we just witnessed. I I really can't. I almost kind of want to just came in like Stephen A. Smith and just slow cam myself in and just there's a typo in my video on the title. On the actual title itself, I can change it right now. Divisional championship. Which one is it? Hold on. I don't know. I'll fix it later. It's all good. Maybe Brian can fix it on his way in. Is that the actual title? The freaking or is it the thumbnail? Is it the thumbnail or is it the thank you, Braden. Yeah, I see it now. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's an easy fix. I fat fingered the V, huh? Instead of going for the V, I put C in there. Yep. All right. Well, Facebook is screwed. Oh well, who cares? But there you go. Hopefully that changes it. Review. Yeah, I totally fat fingered the V on there and hit the C. It's all good. But thank you guys. Review said it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I got you. It happens. I'm human. But no. So I'm not surprised the Eagles lost. I'm not surprised. We talked about this yesterday a little bit during the Pandemic Grizzly show, and I jumped on with them. I'm not surprised. They're like the Cardinals of 2 years ago. Like they just went from like here and then that's basically how it went. So I can't explain it. Now I want to say it's a lot of coaching. It has to be coaching. There's so much talent on that team. It's ridiculous how bad they've been in the last few weeks. And then they won enough games to get themselves in, and they still haven't fixed whatever the hell, crap shoot's going on over there. So I don't know. Awesome Tampa Bay. Awesome that, honestly, I'm just rooting for Tampa Bay, even though I'm a Falcons fan, but just because I've always liked Baker. I've said this multiple times. I've always been like a Baker Mayfield fan. He's been in this situation. He's had an interesting career. He's had over like 1 million coaches in his short span of being in the NFL. I don't think I've ever I don't think I've ever seen a starting QB have that many head coaches. So it's crazy. And for once that maybe I see him being with the actual same head coach for more than the entire season. Awesome. So good for him. I don't want them to go all the way because obviously, yes, that would suck for me. I don't want that. I don't need another Buccaneers win. No. If the Lions can take them out this week, that'd be great. Good. I'm actually going for the Lions and the Bills. If the Lions can make it, if it's Bills versus Lions Super Bowl, that'd be so cool. That'd be so cool to see for me. Yeah, is the Cowboys keeping? Dude, I don't know. I don't know. I think I don't know. I think in this case, yes, no. It's kind of been the same thing the last couple of years for the last 30 years. So what's the difference bringing in a new guy doing the same thing? As I've always liked the Cowboys as them being a team, and as for fantasy purposes and for the players on there, I've always liked them. But I've never been a fan of them. So I could only imagine, to be a Cowboys fan, how devastating that is to be almost the laughing stock of the league right now, that you make it all the way to the playoffs. We know you're going to be good. We know you're going to make it. We know you're going to get to the playoffs. Awesome. You're going to win the division. Cool. But then what happens in the playoffs? It's the same thing every single time. It's the same thing that happens. Like you choke. It's like I just can't. I don't know. I don't. I don't know. I can't. And I like them, but again, I don't see them getting rid of them. But at the same time, there's a very good possibility that they do. So we'll see. Nobody just wanted to let you know, I'm the guy that wants you to tell me that I have a booger hanging out of my. Yeah, I mean, like, there's something wrong with my title or something. I would definitely expect you guys to actually tell me, hey, you're all messed up, so fix it. So mm, I'll tell you after I take a picture. What? And I'm starting to feel bad for some of the Cowboys friends. I stuck it out so long, and I can't win 2 games in the playoffs. Yeah, no, and it's crazy. Like we have a mutual friend, freaking Adam, and he's you know it's it's crazy that there are people out there that are probably 25 years old, 30 years old, 35 range, that have kids now. And, sometimes their sons follow their dad's footsteps and they kind of like the team they like, even though they don't live in the state, but because that's all they've known. Like, hey, dad always watched yada yada team, right? And it's always been that experience. This is a team that belongs in this house. This is a Raiders house. This is a 49ers house. This is a Cowboys house. This is a Steelers house. This is like you see that the generations just kind of trickle down through their kids. And there's kids out there who are probably already 20 years old who's never seen them go beyond that point. And it's kind of hard to say. And you laugh at them when you're your best friends, but at some point it's like, at what point is it enough? I don't know. Just before you went live, I said that you were like, just before you went live, they said they were looking to keeping Big Mike. Okay. See, I picture them keeping him there because he's like, they have something special there, but what is it that what is it that they can't get over that hump? Like, what? I don't, I cannot explain. Like, the mystery is as big as is why the Eagles just lost in the last 7-8 weeks. Like, what's going on? Like, I can only like say what I think, and I can only justify what I see. But is that the real answer? No, I don't. I really don't know. So, Niners didn't do anything in the 2000s, really, and that was brutal. But at least we've been good for the good, then bad, then good again. Yeah, but the Niners, yeah, and that's true. The Niners kind of been like up and down, but it's like you were never expected to make the playoffs every freaking year just to plummet. Where you guys, oh hell yeah, it's our years. We won a Super Bowl. Awesome. The next year you guys were all right, but didn't make it. The next year it was like, oh, you guys sucked. Oh, the next year you guys suck again. Oh, the next year we're good. The next year we're good. The next year we're good. And then it's like you make the playoffs, but then you just couldn't finalize. Where the Cowboys have been in those shoes multiple times, and there's so many people looking at them. So it was like, dude, in instance, it's like, what key pieces are you missing to actually finally get over that hump? Because if you ask me, I don't think the Packers should have been there. I really, the Packers have been good as of lately, but it took them a little bit. I didn't expect them to actually make it. I'm really surprised that they were like, freaking Jordan Love, man. I don't know. And Aaron Jones still has gas in the tank. So, diehard fans that think that drink the Kool-Aid. I almost read that as Kool-Aid McKinstry. Jesus. Diehard fans that drink the Kool-Aid keep buying the merchandise with no results. Brutal, it's past talking shit period. Yeah, no, and it's like not even funny anymore. I'm now feeling bad. So, yeah, and I bought myself my first Dallas Cowboys merchandise just before the season. Like I bought Micah Parsons jersey. But that's only because I like him. Like I like the player. I like how good he is. I like how well he just handles these bigger tackles that are like twice his size, and he makes them look silly. But he's that good of a player. And what's crazy is they have him at edge. They don't even have him at linebacker all the time. They have him at edge, which is like DN status. Which is it's not what's up, peanut butter. What's up, my brother? But it's crazy to see. And I really thought that this year would be like they're gonna be dangerous. Like Dak was amazing this year. CD Lamb was the number one receiver that we've been waiting for years. It was lined up to be everything. The only thing that they were missing, which they've been having, well, they're pretty good that year, was the running back. Like Tony Pollard, was not what we expected him to be. It's so crazy to watch. I can't admit. They look silly. The Packers came in and they made him look silly. When you paid Hurts, he's been in charge, man, but not what? When you paid Hurts, he's been a changed man, not doing what he did before, and the big deal. Well, see, Hurts is a different story. I think Hurts, because because I could put that same argument against Joe Burrow. I could put that same argument with Josh Allen. Like as soon as they made money, they kind of like they weren't as good as they were the previous years. I could say that about a lot of players, and I really think that if you really want to talk about the Eagles overall, offensively weren't just clicking in some of those games. More importantly, that defense is atrocious. DB wise, the front seven are amazing. It's the DBs that were just like kind of like every quarterback that came in, either whether it was their stadium or somebody else's stadium, they would just come in and they would just annihilate them. They would pick them off. And to watch the Eagles just plummet like that in the last, like I know that feeling. I know that feeling. Braden, I love you, dude, but like, dude, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When the Cardinals were a hot fire a few years ago, and then just died, like just jumped off the cliff, got all the way to the top, first team to the top, and committed suicide. And they were losing week after week after week after week. I couldn't explain it. I could not explain on what they did and on how well in the situation that the Eagles were in. It's amazing because again, another team with great talent. Now the Cowboys just choked in the playoffs, but the Eagles died like 7 weeks ago. Like they died 7 weeks ago. It's crazy. We weren't really that great, and then AJ didn't turn around. And they went all to I mean, yeah, but you guys still did it somehow, and maybe because of the schedule or something. But you still did it. You still managed to win these games Which to me, the coaching, if the talent was as good as what the Eagles had, right? The Cardinals at that point didn't have that much talent that the Eagles do have right now. So the coaching right there was just amazing. Like they knew what they knew what to bring in that week. Like I can't explain what happened. So again, Cowboys gone, Eagles gone, and there goes the Packers and the damn Buccaneers. Which I'm not surprised. Again, we said this before. I'm not surprised that the Buccaneers win. Niners broke the Eagles' confidence. I'd probably tell you probably that. And wasn't it one of like? So was it really week 7 that they played them? I can't remember. But I think it was a plethora of them and the Commanders almost beating them. Or did they beat them? Usually Commanders always give them hell, so that doesn't surprise me. But the Cowboys, I know they beat them. It's I don't know. Enough about them. They're not in. Move on. Hope you can fix whatever situations you have in the draft. Off season's coming up. I know money wise that both of them are. I don't think they're doing too hot. I think they're in the middle of the pack somewhere. Cowboys are in the negative, and I think the Eagles are like somewhere in the middle with there it is. They have 28 million. So good luck. Figure it out. It's not your year. Week 12. They were 10-1. At the time they finished 11-7. Okay. Yeah, well, there it is. It would be a Niners fan to bring this up, right? Oh yeah, we did it. Maybe I don't know. I'm not even gonna go there. All right, Lions beat the Chargers. Wrong LA team. The Lions beat the Rams. Awesome. I expected that. I really did. Was it nice to have Stafford back in Detroit? Yeah, awesome, cool. I liked it. But again, Detroit, yeah. Whatever. Get out of here, Niners fan. Detroit. There's something special, man. I've been saying this for years. They are going to turn heads, and they're going to be something good. I said this before. I said this like 3 or 4 years ago. I'm like, dude, watch out for Lions. They're going to come up. Sure enough, look, last year they almost made playoffs. Took out the Packers for them preventing going to the playoffs. Awesome. But now they're in the playoffs, and they win the first round. Like, I am rooting for them. Like, I really hope they make it, man. Like, that'd be so cool. Do they beat the Buccaneers? Yes. I think they beat the Buccaneers. They're in divisionals. Do they meet them in conference? Sure. Go to the conference. I see the Lions going to the conference. I'm still talking shit about the Eagles fans, Cowboys. I feel sorry about. No, yeah. Like the Eagles, the Eagles, you can still talk crap. You can still talk crap about the Eagles because they just had theirs. Not like what 6 years ago, roughly. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it wasn't that long ago. The Eagles had theirs. It's still fresh. But the Cowboys, it's been far too long. It's been far too long. So yeah, it's embarrassing, really. It's those teams that you make it, and then you just kind of they're just constantly reminded of the hurt of what happened, and it's year after year. So, another big surprise, and I didn't really talk about yesterday, was like the Browns. Browns didn't make it. I don't know. Like I kind of expect. Like I don't know. I really thought that Joe wasn't fold like that. Joe just folded. Like it was weird. But we saw that. We talked about that Sunday. So we got Houston. You got Houston against Baltimore. Baltimore. I do expect them to probably beat them. But if Houston plays like they did with Cleveland, I like holy crap. Do we really see Chiefs, Bills, and Houston? Because I would expect it to be the Baltimore Ravens versus one of those teams. I don't know if I can see Baltimore losing against them. Lamar is just too good. Lamar is just too good, and I think he's connecting with Zay Flowers, and Zay Flowers is finally he is that number one. Obviously, Mark Andrews is going to be that number one, and if he's healthy, he's going to be the number one. Zay Flowers, step aside, kid. I got this. But it's still crazy to see that, how good they are. And then and imagine if they had J.K. Dobbins this year, if he didn't get hurt, like how good they would be. Like the defense in the off of that, they're still pretty good. Hamilton got hurt, I understand, but they still have secondary. They still have the pretty decent defense that gets the job done. So good for them. Good for them. Who do I expect that to win? Like I said, I expect Baltimore. 100% Baltimore. And do I see Baltimore versus the Chiefs? Yes. But then I also see Baltimore versus the Bills. Because the Bills aren't as banged up as the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are a little bit of a struggle bus right now this season. It's finally, and I've said this, it's finally nice to see that not everyone's sucking freaking Mahomes. Mahomes is just like, oh, he's the greatest, he's the best. I'm like, dude, 2 years ago in the Super Bowl when they played Tampa Bay, there was nobody there for him. It was all him. You take those weapons away, look what happens. Kelsey's not fully healthy, or they double cover him, or whatever the case may be. They aren't productive. There's not a receiver that they replaced for Tyreek Hill to be there. MVS was not the answer. Sky Moore, I don't know. We're now getting to a point where if the Chiefs don't fix what they have, their issues now, they're gonna be hurting for a couple of years. But they're only a few steps from fixing what's wrong with them. Obviously, defense has always been like a big issue for them, and a main receiver, because they got rid of Tyreek Hill. They've never been able to replace him with that guy. They've been looking for someone who's just as talented, but they just can't find it. Dude, now where are they in the draft? I haven't looked that far. I could look right now, but I would expect them. I didn't think they'd make any trades with them, anything. They should have their first, so they're probably somewhere at the back end of 25 and on. So if they can land themselves a receiver like Brian Thompson, who we just showcased last, I expect them to probably go receiver first round, because that seems to be the biggest issues, because they don't seem to care about the defense, because year after year they just kind of like go through the defense on the rest of the draft picks. I don't know. We'll see. So that's why I think the Bills are going to take over. I think the Bills are starting. They said they came in this season. They said, we're not going to use Josh Allen as a superhero. He's going to be passing more, and we're going to utilize our running backs more. And they did that. They did that exactly 100%. They kept to their word, and look how far that Josh Allen isn't as banged up. The running backs aren't, like, there is not that many crucial injuries. Yes, they lost Knox for a little bit, but they went after Kincaid. Kincaid was the main answer that they needed, because they couldn't beat Chiefs. And I said this, what did the Chiefs have that the Bills didn't? They didn't have a Kelsey. They went and got themselves a Kelsey. That's Kincaid.
They got two halves.
Kelsey? Say what?
They got two half Kelseys to make it one.
But it's good enough.
One Megatron Kelsey.
But it's good enough. And I think Kincaid's going to be good. He's going to be something special. But hey,
I mean, they had 1,000-yard.
How you doing, Brian?
I ran. Like, see, I got my sweater on. I ran. Then mid, I was gonna make it on time. Then my daughter calls me and says, "Hey, I have to pee," in the middle of nowhere.
So in the car?
Yeah. So I had to stop, run around, and there's no place that's open. So I was like, I literally spent 35 minutes running, trying to find a bathroom and get back on the road. It was awful. I was so mad.
You're good, man. But now I was just going over what happened. As for these upcoming teams.
Are you surprised that Dallas not getting rid of McCarthy?
No, because he's created something there, where in the last couple of years they were always missing something. Like, crucially in like he hasn't done anything coaching wise in a game. Like I think he's messed up twice in a game where we talked about it for the following week.
Mhm.
But outside of that, I don't think it was anything too crazy. And he's
Do you,
developed his team to be something special. And this is why I think everyone thought that this was going to be their
I
year.
thought this is their year too. I thought that they could get it if they won that first playoff game. They're getting to the NFC Championship game. That was it. Yeah, but
Yeah,
they couldn't
because
get
they've
over
beaten
the
these other
hurdle.
teams.
They're better at full strength. They're better. Just
I
they're
can't explain it either. I cannot explain it either. The people are bringing up curses and stuff. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know. But it was quite the shocker. I also lost money on that game too, so I
I
did
just
not
hated it.
expect that. Say what?
I just hated it.
Oh, yeah, so did I. But overall, we're coming in. We got Green Bay going to San Fran and Tampa Bay going to Detroit. Kansas City is actually in Buffalo, which I'm loving that. I'm tired of Buffalo going to Kansas City. Like, I honestly, okay, the only reason I wanted Miami to lose that is so I can get another rematch of Buffalo Kansas City because that game is so good.
It's
I
going
love
to be. It's going to go to overtime. It's literally going to go to overtime. I think
it's
Buffalo
gonna be
wins.
close.
I think Buffalo is a better team.
I think so too. They're more well-rounded than the Chiefs are. The
Now, because
Chiefs
Chiefs
have
can't catch the
stronger
ball.
strengths, but it's not enough to cover the entire both sides of the field. That
They
makes
can't
sense.
catch the ball still. Their skill positions are still, I don't know, just not good.
Packers are 6-0 to 18. We'll see.
How? Because I mean, so Aaron Rodgers actually won in San Francisco. I never thought that was possible. Because they're the ones that continue to kill him in the playoffs, knock him out every year after year after year.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I
I think,
don't think the
yeah.
San Francisco 49ers are gonna lose to the Packers. If they beat them, I will be shocked as all hell.
Then they're a team of destiny. You know?
More shocked than I've seen the boys.
Oh, AT&T's home of the Cowboys. I was like, okay, yeah, duh. Oh, so he's saying that
I
they're
can't.
6-0 against the Cowboys.
Levi Stadium is. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're 100% right.
I don't see. I just don't see the Packers going further than that. There's no way. Where I was a little skeptical about the Cowboys because that's just what they do. But I didn't. It sucks, man. And I like the Packers don't belong here. I'm gonna say this right now. They
They
don't
don't.
belong there. They don't
They're
belong there.
they're a year away. Next year, this NFC North is going to be nuts. You know, but this year, I just don't think they're there. They're not able to contend. If they're playing Detroit, I would pick Detroit. Like if they're playing the Rams, I would have picked the Rams. Like they just happen to find a team who's falling apart.
But the fact is that we can't say that because they've made it all the way to division. Like, you can't say that though, and that's what sucks. Is like we can't say they don't belong there, even though they are here. Like if we had a Packers fan, like we've had some Packers fan in here, they come and go. That's fine. But if they were here, oh man, no, NFL got lazy with the script. Right, having the Green Bay beat down. Oh my gosh! All right.
I mean, it's par for the course with the script, man, because it seems like we're following exactly what the think about what the Detroit LA Rams game and how it ended. Exactly how Detroit fans will want it. It's like the perfect story for Detroit for golf being able to beat his team by one. Captain comeback almost comes back, but instead of going for on fourth down, they decide to punt it with 3 minutes left for no timeouts. What?
Yeah.
They had to follow the script.
I saw that. I'm like, you really have no timeouts, dude.
What do
I'm
you
like,
think?
Detroit has this. As soon as I saw that they had no timeouts and Detroit had 3, I'm like, they won this. They absolutely won this, and there's no way that Detroit can mess this up. There's no way that Detroit can mess this up.
They needed 2 first downs. That was it. Game over.
Yep. But hey, it is what it is. But I'm glad you're here because I was about to do these rookies here soon.
Yeah, I was like, I'm getting here one way or another.
So we're doing the receivers. We're almost done with the offense, to be honest. We have receivers and then running backs and then QBs. So we talked with we'll be releasing these individually sooner, closer to the combine and the draft and all that. So but as for today, do you want to talk a little bit about Keon Coleman and Rome Odunze before I bring them up?
Which one
Ironically,
we'll do first? Because Keon?
Keon first, because he's a little bit lower on the rankings. I have him potentially going to the Cowboys at the 24th pick now.
I can see that. I can see that. Yeah.
So
It's funny. I see him and I always think like he's gonna eat himself into a tight end.
Yeah, the Cowboys need
He's
offensive help.
a big boy.
They need another receiver and another running back, and I think that's they're in a prime position to do that. They have both their first and second rounds and their third. So if he goes there, awesome. Keon Coleman out of Florida State, 6'4".
215 about 250.
Yes,
About
215.
250.
So
Yeah.
so let me pull up his stats and then we can go from there. If you're ready,
he's an unbelievable athlete. Yeah, he's an unbelievable athlete. We're talking about he was a 4-star right now in high school. This dude is super good, super amazing. Coming out, he was good at basketball. Everything he did, he was great at. Tom Izzo tried to get him to go to Michigan State to play basketball. The dude is awesome. When we're talking about athlete, he's what you hear about, other tight ends usually. He didn't start at Florida State. I feel like he started somewhere else. He went to Michigan State. He was at Michigan State, and he transferred to Florida State.
Which is ironic because we have a Michigan clip right here. And then he went to Florida. Yeah.
Yep.
So
then he went to Florida State, and that which makes sense for the 2023 roster. I mean, showed that you can play different systems. Unbelievable skills. DBs cannot defend him. They cannot. He's too big. He's too strong.
Yeah, 6'4", 215. It's crazy. Like that's tight end size, and he's got a pretty decent speed. So he's gonna be something special.
He's not explosive. Is my only thing I saw. He's not explosive, and the other thing was his route trees are awful. You know what I'm saying? Because and a lot of the things he does a lot of seams, does a lot of goals, but he's not very sharp.
But I feel like all that can be fixed when it comes to routes and stuff like that. That can be coachable and fixed.
Agreed.
Remove that, not too much on him yet, but we'll get more eventually. But it can be fixed eventually. I just don't see him out of the first round. Like, no. I see him in the first round.
He has too much potential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could run it.
If he gets to,
I could run it.
Don't let Kansas City get to him. This is a guy that Kansas City could go get. I mean, he's a big target, middle of the field.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't do contested catches, but he's not really contested because he's so much bigger than they are.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see he can catch the ball. He has good hands.
Yeah, he's very physical too.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a good frame. He's got a good size. He's very physical. He's got good acceleration, but he's not, like you said, not explosive. So route running with quick turns and stuff like that. So
that's not him.
But again, I think it'll transition very good somewhere in the NFL. It might take him another year or two to perfect everything.
Yeah, I can see him being a decent X. Put him out there, stretch the field, throw some jump balls to him, see what he does.
Yeah,
and then he can learn the route tree better, and then you go to split in.
You say he might be a tight end, but I don't think he will be.
Because he doesn't run routes well enough. You're probably right.
His blocking also sucks.
Oh, his blocking is awful.
he can't block, so
You're right.
he can't block for crap. So hopefully there's no sweep run end to his side, but he can't block for crap. So
it's like to be that big, coming off the bus, everyone's gonna be scared of him, and then they're gonna see his first blocking scheme, and they're gonna realize, he needs to work on this.
Yeah, but overall, you know, I think he'll be good. Because obviously he's kind of like the JSN right now. Like he's kind of like that third guy coming in. He could be that number 1, number 2, but we don't really know coming into the draft. Obviously not number 1. He's not gonna beat out, you know, Odunze or Neighbors. He could beat out Odunze in the combine maybe, but to see how that goes. But again,
I still think the Washington stuff we saw, I don't know, but he's a playmaker. I like what I see out of him. I can see him being drafted. I agree with what you're saying. 24 to 30, I don't see him getting past those teams. When you're a championship team and you need talent, this guy's talent. He's very talented. He's been talented since high school. So you can't not try to play him. And he catches a lot of touchdowns. You throw the ball to him in the end zone, he's going to come down with it. So this is a guy you take a flyer on in the first round and get someone who might end up being a top 3 wide receiver. As you say, he might outdo a Odunze, you know, going in later.
Yeah, Odunze. Odunze, we'll talk about him now. So Coleman, he can do it. I'm not gonna question his ability of how well he can eventually fix his routes, because he's very physical. Like and he's kind of like Drake London. He's a big physical dude.
Very good. That's a good comparison.
But he's not a route runner like Drake London. That's how I can see it. That's my comparison. He's like Drake London. So yeah. Anyways, let's move on with the next rookie. The next rookie we have is Odunze. Depending on how the draft goes, depending on how the Bears do, he's actually projected to go there. If they don't make the Marvin Harrison move or the Malik Neighbor move, the Bears are probably going to grab one of those 3 receivers. This guy could be one of them. We'll see what they do. But overall, Odunze, freaking 6'3", 215 out of Washington. So watch a little bit of him. What do you got on him?
He's not good with press coverage. That is probably the number 1 knock against him. He runs a 4.38, but at no time did I look through the film that he looked like he was running a 4.38. Not that he's running slow, but he doesn't. You know, when you see people that are that explosive, they extend the distance between them and the defender. You don't really see that. It's just maybe it's deceptive. I don't know, but you know, he catches the ball. He is a playmaker number 1. He is amazing at catching the ball. I like this guy a lot.
Yeah, so do I. He's a very good deep threat too.
Transfer over to the NFL. Whew, this dude.
Yeah.
Does it look like he's trying? He's going fast.
No, but he runs a 4.37, like you said. So, but overall though, he's a very good deep threat. Kind of good. His routes aren't that bad either, and his short receivers are pretty. Like he is what identifies a receiver. Like his worst thing is his hands, and even then, it's not even that bad. Like his it's way above average.
I thought that same thing. Is it bad? His hands are bad? Is that, or is it he's always attacking the ball? You know what I mean?
So,
like he doesn't let it come to him. He goes and tries to go get it all the time.
He does, but then he sometimes struggles though. That's where the hands part of it is. Like if he gets jammed up between 2 DBs, the DB's more than likely probably gonna win that.
Win.
Yeah, he's very physical though. Just like he's not going to win those situations.
I
So
know
that's
he
why I
was an
think he's a
outstanding
better
number
deep
one in
threat.
Washington. Do you
Say
think
what?
he's a number one I know he's an outstanding number one in Washington. Is he a number one in the NFL? Or is he a number two, a perfect complement guy? Is it
I think
Smith?
I think I can see him as a number one. He's
Okay.
somewhere in there. I think he can be, like, if you put him in Cardinals area, I think he'd be the number one. If you put him,
yeah.
If you put him in, Carolina, he'd be number one. Cardinals, Carolina, Giants.
Yeah, the people that have no one. I mean, even Kansas City.
Yeah,
but
even Kansas City. Yeah, if you put him there, he'll be the number one.
Isn't like Devontae Smith on most teams would be a number one, but he's probably a better number two next to a big physical receiver.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
why I see, like, he might be good with a quicker, fast guy, and then he's being that big, deep threat.
Mm-hmm. I like him a lot. I really do. I think he's going to be very good. I think I wouldn't mind taking a stab at him with my first overall pick in a rookie draft.
Yep. Shh, don't say nothing.
I'm just saying. Like, well, I mean, you can't. I'm not worried about you.
You
have bigger issues than. I'm not worried about you, but if this man falls to me, and we'll talk about our league. If I'm at the 108, if this man falls to me and he's there, I wouldn't mind taking a stab at it.
That means you won. Right. I just don't know. I'll get to our league later, but running back is going to be really interesting this year.
Right. But Braden says it reminds him of Devontae Smith. I'm not going to put the comment.
Devontae Adams.
Or Devontae, yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. I see that.
But he's not as of a big powerhouse as much as freaking who we just talked about.
It's exact Keon Coleman.
Yeah, Keon's a big powerhouse. But Odunze is more of a I'm ahead of you, Martin. Yeah, you are. You are. But you also have probably other bigger prospects than him, though. Like, I know your QB
Neighbors could be there for you, Braden.
Oh yeah, if Neighbors is there, why would you go after him? Like, no. See, if I'm going to talk about Braden, Braden's probably going to get himself another quarterback. They'll be there. They'll be available, I think.
Let's see. He has Jordan Love. He has.
He's at the 7. I don't know.
But it's going to be interesting. We'll break that down later.
Yeah, I don't got time to talk about that right now.
But 1,600 yards, 13 touchdowns. You can't sniff at that. That's awesome.
Yeah. And both these guys. So Keon Coleman, big physical dude, and Rome Odunze, big deep threat. And I really like what he brings to the table. Again, if he's there in my rookie draft, I wouldn't mind getting him because Malik Neighbors is there and Marvin Harrison probably be gone. I don't know. And it all depends on your draft mates too. So, but but right now we are in the brood of it. It's Dynasty where a lot of trades are happening now because Dynasty's fresh in everyone's mind right now. Or the NFL is fresh in everyone's mind right now. Gotta love Richardson and Cousins. Yeah, but I think you're gonna swap out Cousins here soon.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of Cousins. Yeah.
At some point, I think, and it might not be this year, so you might get one of these receivers. But at some point, I think Cousins is going to be, that guy that's going to get replaced. I can't imagine you, like Richardson. Obviously, like, good for you. I'm actually happy for you that you have him. I think he's going to be very good, despite the injury. I think he's still going to be very, very good. He's very young. I think he's only turning 21 this year.
He is turning 21. He's 20
or he just turned 20. Like, he's very young. So for you to have Richardson is like, good for you, man. You're gonna be a threat, and I can see it already. Like, it's and I said this.
I hate Jordan Love. I hate him so much, and he's good.
Yeah. So He doesn't even. Yeah, no, I think he's got his QBs this year. He might actually go after Odunze or Malik Neighbors.
Especially depending on where what team picks him up.
True. But then Braden, you gotta remember that our defense is going to dramatically change as well. So I think IDP might be filtered in there as well. Like
I rolled it to the playoffs with Flacco and Mullins.
I'm just yeah, you did, man. I don't know how. I don't know how you made it, man, but it is. But I'm just saying, like the top guys, obviously, I Caleb Williams might be gone, Drake May might be gone, Jaden Daniels might be gone before he even gets to you at the 107. Marvin Harrison's probably going to be there 101 already. He's already raving about it, already talking about it. You know, Braden, Brock Bowers might be there.
Ooh.
Who's your tight ends? I can't even think of his tight ends, who he has.
Off the top of my head, I can't.
I don't think he has anybody. I can't think of his tight ends. Usually I know everybody's roster. I can't think of his right now. Jake Ferguson? Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. But if Bowers went to the Chargers, would you pass that up though? But then our league is really weird. Like, look, I grabbed Kincaid in the second, so I don't know. I don't know how you guys let me have both freaking Charbonnet and Kincaid, which is interesting. But I can't even pull up his team. Where the hell? I'm trying to pull
Jordan Love, Judy, Ray Rice. Yeah, he needs to go receiver. Receiver or tight end.
Rasheed Rice might be okay for him.
Yeah, Rasheed Rice is probably the number one.
Watson, his receivers, the issue is he has too many Packers.
Yeah, and Keenan Allen is getting old too. So I mean, it's just
Braden's the damn Packers. If I were to look at it, you might end up getting a receiver.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah, it looks like a receiver to me.
If not, another running back. Trayvon Henderson, Trey Benson, Blake Corbin. We'll see. It does bug me that Braden's in front of me. I now feel like Brian from last year. That Braden is right in front of you, and you don't know
who
what
you
to
want.
do.
I'm going to get that guy.
Yeah, most of my team is Packers. Yeah, I see this, my guy. I see this. It's very interesting. So I didn't know you were the Keenan Allen holder.
Yep, that's who he is. He's the one that got him. Christian Watson's always hurt.
He's going receiver.
Yeah, because Christian Watson's always hurt. Keenan Allen's getting older.
Yep. Yeah, hopefully Nakobe Dean will be healthy all next season for you. And you can start him. God, he did so good, and then he just that one game he was back, right? Kind of got himself into the mix, gave him the keys to the main defense. Did so good. The next game, he got hurt. I was like, oh my god, dude. But yeah, look, it's gonna be a crazy ride. But those are our rookies. Those are the receivers that are coming in. Again, that's Rome Odunze and Keon Coleman. So I think they're both different receivers, but both really good. And depending on where they go and depending on what coach has them, we'll see what they utilize them for. So we'll see.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, for sure. But let's move on and talk about some trades before we go into this week's Gridiron Heights. I was looking at this trade earlier. Someone traded, and I don't know, Brian, would you do this? I know we talked about CMC before. Aging running backs tend to die down, but this is a CMC trade, okay?
Okay.
You are the CMC owner, okay? Would you trade away your CMC for Breece Hall, a 2024 second, which is sitting at the 204, a 24 third. So you got the second and the third, and a 25 fourth. A second, a third, and a fourth.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, no. And especially because going this next coming up year is not really a very running back heavy rich draft, which means CMC is even more important, especially for this 1 year. If one of those picks have to be a first round pick, if I'm getting Breece Hall and a first round pick, and then maybe
So
the second and the third,
would you swap the fourth and make it Breece Hall a first, a second, and a third, but still keep it at the 2025 first? Because the second and the third is a 2024.
Yep. And then if the first is 2025 with the running backs that might be coming out that year,
because Breece Hall did pretty good.
Exactly. So
he wasn't CMC, but he was still pretty good.
But I might be getting multiple players like that. Might be enough to build my team up the right way. And that first round 2025 might be important.
Okay.
I think that's a good deal. If that fourth is a first.
Okay. So the fourth is too low.
Too low. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I was just wondering because I know we talked about it. I agree with you. I think the fourth is a little too low. I know CMC will do good next year and maybe the next year after that, but at some point you kind of have to realize that you need to go younger. And with those other picks being a first, a second, and third, you can maybe get yourself, another running back with them.
You're taking two big swings, really. I mean, honestly, you're taking two really big swings. The second this year and the first next year. So why not? And with Breece, now you can get two running backs or in a good receiver, possibly,
right,
from these picks. So yeah, I would do that.
Okay. What was the other one I saw? I had just had it. It was all his receivers and tight end. Okay, so here it is. You're a Tyreek Hill owner.
Okay.
Okay.
So that means I only have.
Would you trade him away for Jalen Reed, Dalton Kincaid, and a 2025 second?
No, that's not enough.
It's not enough.
Yeah.
Knowing he's going to leave the league in next year.
Yep. I think he has 2 years left in him.
But he said he's going to retire after next year.
Yeah. But even then, I mean, 1 year, I need to maximize him now. Especially this is the off season now.
Kincaid can be something special, man. You probably don't have to worry about tight end for a very long time.
But he's still tight end. I'm not going from wide receiver 1/2. I need more than that. If I'm getting trading away Tyreek Hill, I'm getting the first round pick from. That's what's. But if I get Kincaid the first and third, I would do it.
Okay.
But with that Tyreek, I know I have to have a chance of replenishing a top level receiver.
Because Jalen Reed is probably going to be the top receiver.
You think so?
Watson and Dobbs are pretty good too, but
Dobbs is what the guy I keep on seeing. Dobbs every single time when he gets in trouble, Dobbs is the guy.
The fact that his Jordan is so good, I don't know. I feel like Reed is still going to be relevant. I think he could turn that second into another receiver.
Am I going wide receiver? So a wide receiver 1, like the top of the wide receiver 1 for a wide receiver 2/3, Dalton Kincaid, who's probably a good tight end. I just need to be able to replace top level talent, a chance to replace my top level talent. So that's why I'm thinking I need one first somewhere. I would even take the first over a Reed.
What's up, Brandon?
What's up, B? I'll take one. Yeah.
I don't know.
And then especially if it's 2024.
I think about that and I might actually do it.
Really?
Knowing that Tyreek, because I would probably ask for maybe another pick though. But I know Jalen Reed is going to be good enough to get some numbers, and I know Dalton Kincaid I probably won't have to worry about because Kincaid, I know Knox is going to be gone here soon. If you're in a tight end, if it's PPR, tight end or tight end premium where they get double points depending on what that is, I'm absolutely doing that.
PPR, I mean, do you realize how many points you're giving up? So that's why I need to see how it
If it's a PPR league,
that means Tyreek is a monster.
Yeah, I know, but you wouldn't do that from Kincaid. You don't think Kincaid's that low?
I like Kincaid, but I think Tyreek's a monster. So like I'm gonna tell the other owner, you see what you're getting. You're going to get top level receiver because all Tua does is throw the ball deep to him. So you need to give me all I'm asking for is in that second, give me a first.
Okay, what about 3 seconds?
Who? Now you're getting closer.
Okay, so now where do you put Okay, so hold on. You just
now
said yes.
Now we're talking about am I getting
you're thinking about it, right?
Reed and Kincaid?
Well, hold on, but that's the thing though. Where do you value Jalen Reed at?
Late second, maybe.
Okay, where do you value Kincaid at?
Late first or early second.
Okay, so how is it that if I give you 3 seconds, there it is, but then I'm giving you the
I'm
gave
saying
me the
3
value
seconds,
of these players, right?
No, I'm saying 3 seconds and them.
Oh no. I'm saying these guys.
Oh no, just 3 seconds. No, I'll tell them
Okay.
give me a first and two. Give me a first and a second.
I might do this just because I think that Tyreek might be. I know he's going to be good, but without Tua, they're done. If Tua gets hurt, I'm okay with like this late in his career. I'm okay with letting him go for something.
The thing is, I feel like he's going to have 1 year. He's going to do this 1 year, and then they're going to do well enough for him to say, "Let me just try one more time." You know, so I'm looking at him at two full years of being top 2 receiver and probably the number 1 point getter. You know, like that's why for that I need to have a first round pick.
Okay. All right. Well, what's up, Brandon? I hope you enjoy your episodes, man.
True Detective's awesome. So
Reed was wide receiver. I know. This is why I don't think
he's early third. I mean, that's about right.
No,
right?
I think he's better than that. I think he's higher than that. He's a second. Jalen Reed's a second.
I don't think Jalen Reed. I don't think if I added them all together.
Is this because he's a Packer?
I mean, no, I will hate him because of that. Then I'll never trade for him. But no, if I was not me, out of body experience, I would tell them I will still want a number 1.
Okay.
For Tyreek.
It's interesting. Just.
And I think that you could get someone to get you a number 1 for Tyreek, no matter what.
If he wasn't a Packer, Brian would do. Yeah, I'm kind of with you on this one. I'm kind of with you. If he was a Bear, it would If it was a Bear, the value of Reed would be way more. I agree with you, Brady.
All of a sudden, yeah, I don't know, man.
But Jalen Reed is that good. Kincaid is obviously well established and well involved in that offense.
Kincaid, but you never trade a wide receiver for a tight end for a wide receiver. You mean a wide receiver?
Yeah, but you're also getting a receiver.
Yeah, but you're getting a lower level, much lower level.
I understand that, but you're how many years are you shaving though?
That depends on what you got at tight end.
You're shaving a lot of years here, though, Brian.
You're not,
and
wrong.
That second could be something special.
And the Packers might trade, and the Packers might get a wide receiver in the draft pick right now.
I'll take
and then Jalen Reed will not be nothing. So
I'll take that risk.
With me having that a number 1 guy, I'm going to ask for a little bit more.
Okay.
It's not like if you ask me if I have Devontae Adams, would I do that trade? Because then maybe I would. Because Devontae Adams, no matter how talented he is, doesn't have Jordan Love throwing him the ball. It doesn't have Tua Tagovailoa throwing the ball, and he didn't run for 1,700 yards, almost 1,800 yards. I think it's a different question. Well, how low would I go? Devontae Adams, who probably is wide receiver 5? Yeah. Then I might think that way. Tyreek is just a different story because I feel like his upside is so high.
Okay. All right. I got one more.
All right.
And this one I just opened up and see what the community has right now. This was done 2 hours ago. So Justin Herbert and a late 2024 second for AR and JSN.
feel like that's almost equal value.
This is 50-50. This entire chat has been 50-50.
Yeah, that I feel like that's almost equal value. Like I can't argue with any of that. Because Justin Herbert, his numbers, he's throwing for 5,000 yards. He's healthy. He's throwing 5,000 yards, and don't let him get Jim Harbaugh. Then all of a sudden, this guy is Super Bowl type.
Packers probably won't get many more receivers. I think so too, Braden. I think they're rolling with those three: Dobbs, Reed, and Watson.
I think they always get someone in the second round.
Maybe
they always.
But I think year. I think what he means by that is those are their established starters. I don't think they're searching for another starter. Is what I think he means.
They're so young, that they could still. Because every year I see them get a second round wide receiver, and then they do well. Dobbs, second round. Christian Watson, second round. Like every year they pick a second round wide receiver.
Watson is so good too. Those are some pretty good three receivers. So yeah, Herbert late second for AR and JSN.
Push, yes. I mean, either way, you could go either way and be fine with it.
Because I think I'm taking Richardson with Jason.
I could take Herbert with a late second.
Okay.
I could take Herbert.
I'm looking at this chat and it's 50-50.
Yeah. I could see it either way.
Okay.
Because right now, if QJ was going back into the draft right now, he would be a late second now.
Yeah, he would.
What we know now. So,
yeah, he would be. He was top dog last year, and it was he just can't catch, and that was what we were scared of. But Mark, hey, I'm going with it. I'm rolling with it. That's fine. Cool.
But imagine if you had Justin Herbert and I got Justin Herbert and QJ, or I'm gonna go AR. With
hold on. So Herbert with QJ and Richardson with Jason.
Yeah, and that's pretty much a push.
See, no, that changes it. Nah.
The problem is that you have the stack. So, but
I'm still taking
on that level.
No, I'm still taking Richardson and Jason.
He's younger. Don't get me wrong, but Herbert has a golden arm, and he's young.
But JSN he's been really good once Lockett's gone.
Yeah, he could.
We started seeing some of this little late in the season, and we saw how good Richardson was getting until he got hurt.
But you don't know if Richardson's always going to get hurt.
Yeah, but look at his career. Either for Herbert because he was hurt, and then you see how well
he breaks his ribs every year. Guess what he does? Plays.
I'm still taking Richardson, Jason.
I'll take Herbert, in that late second, and be okay with either one. And it's not saying that Richardson is not a good one, but he could get hurt. He could be, Cam Newton. He could be something like that soon. You never know.
Okay.
So, but do I think that each one of them are equal? Yeah. I can't argue with the chat. I mean, either one of those trades.
All right. You know what? This is interesting. I just ran into this one. One more. It's not a trade. Okay. It's a value. Damn. What is Eckler's trade value? He was offered a 202 rookie draft pick for him. And he might take it.
Oh, that might be where his draft value is. I was thinking 110, end of the first round.
End of the first?
But 202 I might take. I don't think Eckler's going to be around for more than a year, maybe two. But if that second year is him holding on somewhere else,
I'll take this second here at 202.
That's his value. That's where he is.
Yeah,
that's end of the first, early second. That's what he is. That's
you can't. I don't think third. Obviously, yeah, because that's cheap, at least for the buyer.
Yeah.
But I don't think Eckler's going to go. I don't think Eckler goes past third.
Yeah.
Eckler fell off hard. Yeah, he did. But
right now, before he got hurt, he was still doing great. The problem with Eckler is, he always gets hurt every single year.
Yeah.
That's why, the Chargers were very smart to say, well, if you play 16 games, we'll give you an extra $1 million. And they put that $1 million in their pocket. It's like, that's never leaving my pocket.
Pretty much. Especially with the running backs coming in, we got some pretty good ones. They're not that bad.
I think they're all middle of the bunch. I don't see any superstar running back.
No, but they're all.
Blake Corum is good.
I see them playing for a while. And it's funny because after what it was 2 weeks ago, we were talking about Blake Corum.
Yep.
And we were Blake Corum reminds me like he's not big, guys. He's not at all big. He's only 5'8", but he's 200 and like
213.
Yeah. Like that's
bowling
like
ball.
That's like trying to like, and I told Brian this. That's like trying to tackle a John Deere lawnmower coming at you at like 15 miles an hour. It's so low to the ground. Obviously, you're taller than it, but you ain't tackling that thing. If
you do, you're gonna break your arm off.
It's pushing you back. Yeah. That's what he's so small, but he has so much weight, bro. Like I think he's the heaviest, second heaviest one coming in.
To be as small as he is, and to be running a 4.38.
Yeah, and he looks so big. Like I was watching him, like he looks so big, right? But then he ran back to the huddle. I'm like, what the hell?
Where did he go?
Yeah, like he's so small. I was like, what the? I don't know. He's interesting. Will Shipley, I kind of like. He finally made his decision. He's coming in out of Clemson. I don't know. For some reason, I like Clemson players. I don't know what I'm so drawn to.
I don't.
Will Shipley, Buckley Irvin, Jonathan Brooks, Blake Corum, Trey Benson, and Travion Henderson. Those are the guys we're going to talk about after.
Travion's going back to Ohio State.
Is he?
Yeah, he's going back to Ohio State.
He didn't jump in?
Nope.
I swear he jumped in.
I'm pretty sure.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure that he didn't come in. Braden, you look, check on me.
I thought he was. I thought he
said he's going back to Ohio State.
That's wrong.
Travion Anderson makes decision on return. He didn't tell you what it is, but he said it's returning.
Draft status.
Travion Anderson made official and will return for senior year at Ohio State. Yep.
He's going back.
He's going back to Ohio State.
Things.
Yeah.
That changes things. That does change. Well, then Trey Benson or Blake Corum's number one then.
Jonathan Brooks might be number one.
You think so?
I think he's going to be the power back.
Over Bucky Irvin?
I think so. I mean, I think Bucky.
But I like Bucky though.
I don't like the 195.
Really... What?
He's only the 195. He's 5'10", a buck 195. I like Jonathan Brooks because he's 6 feet, 207, a little bit thicker of a back, similar speeds. They're basically very similar in a lot of the stuff that I think I like Jonathan Brooks better.
Interesting.
Like if I was ranking them, I'll go Brooks, Corum, Irving, Henderson. No, not Henderson. Benson. And I don't know why. I love Edwards. I've always liked Edwards.
Okay.
And then I probably Shipley's like.
I don't think Edwards is better than these guys though.
No, he's like fifth. Like he's
okay.
Like, he's my guy. Like,
I would take Shipley over him.
I would take Edwards over Shipley.
Okay, interesting. We'll see.
But they're like literally. Those are the two that I'll rank him with. Shipley, Edwards, Shipley.
It's funny because like. See, no, it's so funny. Like we're talking about this now, right? The closer we get, and then after the draft, all our minds change. Like you were like the most biggest freaking Tank Dell hater. He's too small.
And then
blah,
guess
blah,
what?
Blah.
And then
now all of a sudden,
and then I drafted. I was like, oh,
you're over there sucking him. Like get out.
You ran the 4.38. All right, I'll take you.
Get out of here. I'm such a Tank Dell hater. I don't like his size. Blah blah blah.
But then it depends on how fast you run. So let's say, let's go Bucky Irving runs a 4.32, right? Along with what he did at Oregon, he goes to the right team.
Okay.
Now I'm thinking like, okay, maybe this guy might be worth, I don't think any of these running backs are worth a first round pick. Personally, I think you probably won't get
none of these are.
Yeah. So,
This year we don't have a elite, like it's so hard for freaking running backs to be in the first anyways.
Yeah.
But Bucky's such a dual running back though. Like he does it all.
I think you get 4 guys in the second round though. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think any are in the first. I see 4 in the second, and then the third. That's what I'm seeing: Shipley and Edwards, and probably what's his name from Wisconsin? Allen.
Wisconsin?
Yeah. Brandon Allen, I think. Yeah.
Oh, he's way down there though.
I think he's a third rounder, end of the third rounder.
Yeah.
So I'm saying like none in the first, 4 in the second, 3 or 4 in the third, and then everyone's gonna after that everyone's
whittle
gonna
into 4 and 5. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's all right. All right. Let's move on with the Jesus, this episode, man. We just saw a sneak peek, but we didn't really watch.
Yeah, I never watched that. I wanted to make sure I didn't see it because I wanted to enjoy it with everybody here.
Because I saw it, I saw Mortal Kombat. I'm like, oh no, what are they doing? So Mortal Kombat's releasing a new game, isn't it? Aren't they?
Yeah. They said they released.
Or was it Tekken? One I don't know.
Tekken's definitely coming out.
2020,
24.
That's probably what it was. Why Mortal Kombat? I don't know why then. But
you can do brutality, fatality.
So this week's title is Wild Card Weekend, Mortal Kombat.
Oh, but this is about to be fun.
I don't. I went to the middle. I saw freaking CJ Stroud in a freaking scorpion suit. I was like,
he's gonna take off his mask and like blow.
Bro, I don't know. And I knew it was CJ. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it because it had to been CJ because he was wearing the red, white, and blue as the Texans colors. So it had to been him. There's no other way about it. Like it has to be CJ, but we'll see.
I'm actually surprised that Jordan Love is not the guy who goes, get over here, like Scorpion, get over here. And it does an uppercut and fatality.
We'll see.
Wild Card Weekend! Choose your matchup.
Get the
time adjustments. That's such a good start.
Love Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, Myles Garrett, Lamar, and Goff.
CMC unlocked.
You have to unlock them. You got George Pickens, Tua, Dak, freaking Josh Allen. That has to be CJ. And then you got Mahomes over here in the
Mahomie. This is great. I mean, you hit the pause button. It says halftime adjustments.
Delay game.
Oh man, this is great.
My stats are almost as good as Watt's.
This game is older than.
You're so stupid, Gridiron, man.
Oh man, he's Jax.
That's CJ, the 7. The CJ is 7. Yeah, that's CJ. Damn it.
This is great.
That's Watt's.
This game is older than me.
It's older than me.
Get over here.
No, they didn't.
The helmet.
They didn't. That's so messed up.
That's so good.
Oh, guys, if you don't know, that's the helmet he took off.
It says special move, helmet smash.
They should have made it a Steelers one, though, man.
Oh, but do you see that in the red? The special move? Helmet smash.
Helmet smash.
I'm getting hot.
At the right time. Steelers, Bills, fight. Press me all you want. I'm not blocking.
Careless slide.
Packers, Cowboys, fight.
Oh my god. That is so good because you remember when he did that, he was pretending like he was about to slide and he ran for like another 40 yards. It's so good. Cold forecast colder than a penguin's ass out here. Lord.
My gosh, man.
Careless slide.
Packers, Cowboys, fight.
As a Packers QB,
I eventually turn into a monster. Please enter CD.
uh-oh.
Rams, Lions, fight.
HD Cats, Jersey Swap.
Eagles, Bucks, fight.
Tush push, tush push, tush push.
Stop spamming that one fucking move.
Dolphins, Chiefs, lock. Enter friend's Peacock password.
Can't afford so.
Enter friend's Peacock password.
I just have to watch Below Deck. No, I just have to watch.
Can't perform so cold.
Texans win.
Beep, beep. Playoffs is fun.
Why won't you just die? Bills advance.
Wait, that was a playoff game?
Oh man.
Wait, that was a playoff game?
Bills advance.
Was that long?
Why won't you just die? Bills advance.
Wait, that was a playoff game?
Packers win.
Here we go.
Lions win. Oh dear Lord, cut away.
That's Sirianni.
That's
Sirianni
Sirianni
battling.
first. Oh my god. Baby just said to eat popcorn.
Because it's so true, man. They just
Eagles defeat themselves.
yeah. There's like I said at the beginning of the show, there's no way around it. I cannot explain what happened to them. They just died 7 weeks ago. They died 7 weeks ago, and that's how it's been.
They're like a college team. They're 10-1, and they say, "All right, we're done."
Oh man,
Check, please. No.
Look, all right, so real quick, do I expect the Eagles to be better next year? Yes. I think they'll fix it. They have so much talent, younger talent. They just need to fix the DBs.
I worry about Kelsey being gone.
That's true.
And then Lane Johnson. What if Lane Johnson also leaves?
Oh, never mind. You now just okay.
That's oof.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens this offseason.
You're gonna look in the back like, who's that in the back? And you see the Redskins coming back in because they're gonna come back with an actual team, actual coach. I don't know.
Eagles defeat themselves.
What a meltdown.
BD Hill.
This isn't the first time I've frozen out my brother. Flawless victory.
Damn.
What did you say?
That's not the first time he froze out his brother.
Oh, that is great. Oh, let's watch the beginning.
So these are the locked characters. You got CMC and Lamar over here.
Die.
Bye week means unlimited screen time. And Flacco's attack is coming back the other way. Again. Lions fans crying tears of joy. Sentimentality. Press A to chase Tomlin out of the press conference.
Mike, you got 1 year left on your contract, Mike.
Baker, finish him.
Sirianni and Hurts? Who do you mean?
My dad's here. Bye.
All right, see you in Vegas.
See you in Vegas. That's good. I like that.
Oh, that's bad. Stupid Eagles, man.
Oh man, that's fun. My dad's here. Christmas.
I think the funniest one was where Pickens like, why won't you just die? Bill's like, oh, we won.
Wait, that's a playoff game?
Oh man. Look, I'm just excited that the Chiefs beat Dolphins because we get that another rematch. That's so good. When it's the Chiefs and the Bills, there's something about that game that's just so good. I don't know what it is.
No, it's going to be a lot of fun. I think this weekend will be much better than last weekend.
You think so?
Oh yeah, last weekend was terrible.
Okay. So before you went in, I was kind of picking my teams. Who do you got between Houston and Baltimore? It's kind of
Baltimore. Yeah, I think Baltimore by two touchdowns.
Okay. Green Bay and San Francisco.
I think it's closer than the experts would think, but San Francisco wins 21-31.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Tampa Bay, Detroit.
This is going to be a field goal game. Watch.
I'm excited for this one. This is the game I'm looking for. Am I rooting for the Lions? Yes. Do I want Baker to succeed? Yes, but he's also a Buccaneer, so.
Would you be surprised that Mike Evans catches a great touchdown at the end of the game?
No, I wouldn't. Because, but look, Baker's good. He's always been good. The problem, like he's just had the worst luck on the worst team. And shout out to the Buccaneers for go getting him. Like they did a smart move. He was not expensive. He was still talented. And for the first time they actually interviewed him. Like, how do you feel about this team? He goes, I actually feel stress-free. And we've talked about Baker for multiple years now.
I'm going to say Baker's going to win this game.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. And then we end up having freaking San Francisco and United.
Tampa Bay,
which we've seen before.
Tampa Bay would go further with Baker Mayfield than they did with Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. We said we were going to win 2 games. The world said they're going to win 2 games.
No, yeah, the world. We weren't the only ones that were just, yeah. And then Kansas City, Buffalo, always a fun one. I got to root for Josh Allen. That's my boy. I like Josh Allen. I don't think I'll ever.
Is Taylor Swift going to be there or not?
Who?
Is Taylor Swift going to be there or not?
It don't matter. I don't.
Heads or tails. I mean, just pick one because it's going to go to overtime. Josh Allen's going to be like, we're going to. I'm picking tails, and we're going to go win, and it's going to be heads. And Mahomes is going to kick a field goal, and Josh Allen will I think have a chance to win the game or run for a touchdown, and they win a close game against Kansas City.
Yeah, I think so. I would like to see them advance. I would like to see, like I said, like my hopes would be, if possible. I don't know if it is, but I mean, anything's possible, really. If I could see Lions Bills, like it's just different.
Yeah, you're not. No, the NFL won't allow it.
But we'll see.
But I would love to see Lamar against either of those two guys. The AFC Championship game, Lamar against either of those two guys, I think I would love to see.
Against San Francisco or the Lions?
Or Lamar against the Bills or Kansas City in the AFC Championship. I would love to see that game. I think that's
going to happen. I think it's going to be. Honestly, I think it'd be Lamar versus Josh. But
But what if Mahomes does beat the Bills?
Yeah, but
they make it back to the AFC
Mahomes
Championship
can
game.
do it, but can his rest of the team do it for him?
If he does it, it's just him willing it. It's literally just be him willing it. But they're the worst they've ever been. If they make it to the AFC Championship, being this bad,
they're not going to win the Super Bowl. This team is not Super Bowl caliber right now.
I agree. But what if they do win?
Then the Baltimore Ravens will just.
I don't know if the Baltimore Ravens. They have a mental block too against them. I think what will happen is they could beat Baltimore, and then they get destroyed by the NFC team. I think San Francisco would destroy them.
Any one of these teams can make it. Like, I can see the Bills going all the way. I can see Kansas City accidentally getting in there, and I can see Baltimore getting in. Houston,
they're too young still.
But they're talented.
They're too young still. Yeah.
I just look if Houston beats Baltimore, I'll be holy.
I just can't see that. But if it happens, it happens. I don't know what the script says, but these are talented teams. Anyone can beat anyone, and Baltimore could be rusty.
Yeah. I'm cheering for the Bills and the Lions. We'll see how that goes. And we'll talk about it on Sunday after. Do we have Saturday games? We do, right?
Yep.
We have Saturday games. We have Houston, Baltimore, Green Bay, and San Francisco, and then we'll.
Those Those are great games.
Yeah, so Sunday we'll talk about those games Sunday morning. But yeah, you got anything else?
No, man, this is going to be so much fun. This is my favorite weekend. Not wild card weekend, this weekend, because it's quality games. All 4 of the games are great quality.
Yeah,
We have great teams. So
yeah.
I'm loving it right now. I can't wait.
All right then. Well, guys, good morning, good evening, good night, where the hell you guys are at. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. No matter you're on Facebook, YouTube, or the X. But yeah, doesn't matter. We'll see you Sunday. Mark, get better wherever the hell you're at and doing. I guess you can't talk. I don't know. So, but yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you guys on Sunday morning. Later.
See you guys.
Getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched the other